And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Rasta Report here on LIV Radio, LIV TV, here on livinginblack.com. My name is Keedy Awado, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives, entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Monday, the 17th of February, 2025 in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we realign our cultural clock. Welcome to the 7th millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place on LIV Radio, LIV TV, here on livinginblack.com. Let me introduce today's program. And this is, of course, the U.S. national holiday, banker's holiday, you would call it in other countries. They call them banker's holidays, called President's Day. So for all of those of us who are presidents of our own companies or presidents of countries, or for those who admire the president of the country that you admire, happy President's Day. Let's get into the dialogue. Here's today's program here on LIB Radio. We continue our research on the African future. For any of us who have ever visited the African continent in the past 2 decades, we readily testify to having seen glorious vistas of modern cities with vibrant businesses, vastly improved transportation systems, and many other signs that these are vibrant economies. Today, we look closer at 40 African urban areas with an intent to inspire many more of the global diaspora to bring their tourism and investment money home to build up our motherland. Bring our tourism and investment money home to build up our motherland, to build up our collective future. You will not regret it. Your great grandchildren will celebrate the commitment we made in this generation to bring Africa up to a global standard of its thorough economic potential. I welcome those of you in the listening audience to the conversation today. And I'm going to be uploading the file to a couple more destinations. I'll let you know as we get these into place. And on that note, I'm going to pull the book up. I've been feverishly writing on the book, The African Future. I don't have an exact predicted date for when the book will come out, but I think it's probably going to be about 4 weeks from today. So today is, in 4 weeks would be the same date next month. So it would be about the middle of the month of March. And then I will have a couple of other books coming out by the middle of the month of April. So this is a very ambitious time. I am, of course, teaching a course right now to a writer's class. And the course is From Pen to Power, 90 Days to Write and Publish Your Book. This is the second time I've taught this course. And on the previous time I taught the course, I actually put out 6 books during the 90-day period. I've had one come out during this 90-day period so far, and that is the new one from STEM It's called the Stem Cell Revolution, which I'm proud to say is moving fairly well. This is, of course, the basis of another course that I'm teaching, the Stem Cell Revolution. And many of you out there realize what we talked about, what is in this book, and have gotten the book so that you can very firmly take control of your biology and put your body back on its youthful dynamic course. Reverse the aging process. I would say if you follow all the instructions in the book, you can take your current age and cut it in half and go back and fetch Sankofa. Go back and fetch it. That's in the book. The book is available at kitty.biz. Go there right now. Take a look at it. Order the book. You can get it from Amazon, major booksellers. You can get it around the world. I think Barnes and Nobles, Walmart, all of the above will have it in their online shopping cart. Get it from me, and I'll autograph it for you. Plus, you might even get it even quicker. So, on that note, let's go into the book. The chapter is entitled Africa's Largest Cities Economic Activity. So what I'm going to do right now is clear buffer so that things don't crash in the background while we're doing our research. Africa's largest cities, economic activity. I like to begin each chapter of my books with a quote. The quote will inform, inspire, and instruct us as to what to expect, what this particular chapter is about. So what I'm going to do right now, let me just increase my font size slightly to make it a little bit easier to read. And let's go into the book. And I began with these two quotes. First from Jacob Zuma, former president of the Republic of South Africa. He said, aid should shift to investment. This will help countries stand on their own. And of course, the background for this particular comment comes as Donald Trump administration has started a kind of a war with South Africa, a propaganda war, a verbal war with South Africa. It's a little complicated. I'm not going to talk about that today. Let's get into the book. But aid replacing investment replacing aid, USAID, we've been calling for that for years. So it's no surprise. And we are not tricked out by the Trump administration's aberrant behaviors. Another quote from Robert Mugabe, research director of the Igarape Institute. He wrote, and I quote, "There is still time to seize Africans' urban advantage. Using history as a guide, urbanization typically brings an economic dividend. It frequently translates into improved living standards and well-being in the medium to long term. Rapid population growth and expanding youth populations don't have to impede Africa's progress." That from Robert Mugabe, research director of the Igarape Institute. Let's go into this chapter of this book. The first part of the chapter is subtitled Smarter Cities Amid Rapid Urban Development. If we were to look closely at any particular transformation that typifies the continental transition from a promising narrative to the new reality of the African future, we could find much to celebrate with the modern development of booming metropolitan areas. My first trip to Africa was in the summer of 2006, when I traveled to Egypt with a large tour group to explore 15 architectural and historical highlights of the Nile Valley. I'll never forget the moment. And here, one time in the background, a kind of going to be doing a little bit of editing too. I'll never forget the moment when flying over the Mediterranean Sea, I caught a first glimpse of the motherland from the plane's window as it crossed the Egyptian Delta, preparing to land in Cairo. As the aircraft approached the airport, we could see the monumental structures of the Giza Plateau. My first sighting of the Great Pyramids and other Giza features was breathtaking, leaving me somewhere between a dream and a new appreciation of the reality of the African magical lands I have long cherished in my imagination. From that first visit to my motherland continent in 2006, I made multiple voyages to Africa, visiting Ghana on 3 occasions, Kenya twice, Uganda, Ethiopia, Benin, and Togo. I think I've been to Kenya 4 times. Once I think about it, 4 occasions. I'll have to go back and check my photo galleries. That'll let me know. I also have had airport experience in Casablanca, Lagos, and Abidjan. Indeed, for me, even several hours of awaiting connecting flights in the confines of an airport is an experience of being in a foreign yet strangely familiar cultural setting. In such situations, I've always made it a point to engage in deep conversation with a citizen of the host country. I have always enjoyed Africa's metropolitan cities. They are comfortable, affordable, safe, and entertaining, while their residents are friendly and welcoming. I dream of returning constantly and maintaining close relationships with people I have gotten close to on my 9 visits to the motherland. The following list of 40 urban areas should provide some measure of inspiration to the reader to want to know more and to visit these dynamic metropolitan centers. If your experience is similar to mine, you will want to travel to the African continent regularly. Many of us have envisioned a day of returning to our cultural homeland to plant our permanent roots. Let's briefly tour these urban centers, their populations, and some of their primary economic activities. So here is a list of 40 dynamic African urban areas and what they are about economically. Number 1, and these are in alphabetical order. Number 1 on the list, Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast. This is one of the cities that I only have airport experience in Abidjan, even though I will admit I have a tremendous fondness for the people of Cote d'Ivoire. And here, let me put that in parentheses here. Coteivore. Cote d'Ivoire. That's the indigenous name for Ivory Coast. Okay? Cote d'Ivoire. With around 5 million residents, Abidjan is the political and economic capital of Ivory Coast. Noted for its port and banking sector, the city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and trade. Abidjan is renowned for its modern architecture and bustling markets. And also, this is not a country profile, a city profile, but the country of Ivory Coast has one of the highest GDP growth of the nation, of the world. And the country, let me just put that note in, country counts one of the highest GDP growths in the world. Going next, number 2 on the list, Accra, Ghana. The capital city has a population of about 2.8 million. It is a growing center for trade and finance. Accra's economy is dynamic and plays a significant role in the nation's overall political landscape. As the capital city, it's a major economic hub, driving various sectors such as finance, services, innovation, education, and trade. The city's population boom presents both opportunities and challenges, including the need for improved urban infrastructure and services to support its rapidly growing population. That's Accra, one of my favorite destinations. I've been to Accra 8 or 10 different times. Of course, that includes going to Ghana, coming into Accra, then leaving Accra, traveling to Kumasi, Elmina, Gold Coast, the Volta region, and then coming back to Accra. Every time we come into Accra, it is a love fest. Those of you who have traveled to Ghana, and many who have migrated to Ghana, know exactly what I'm talking about. Accra is such a welcoming city. I haven't been there in a dime, or about 10 years or so. And from my understanding, the traffic in Accra is getting kind of thick. But hey, I'm overdue. 2025, Accra, Ghana, yeah, we're due this year to get together. Going forward, number 3 of 40 cities on the list. I'll obviously have to pick it up for some of these cities, though, where I do have personal experience. I will relate personal experience, such as number 3 on the list in alphabetical order, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Addis Ababa, with a population of around 3.4 million, is Ethiopia's capital and largest city. It is a diplomatic hub and has a growing industrial sector. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and trade. Addis Ababa is known for its historical landmarks, such as the Ethnological Museum, and its diplomatic and cultural center role. Addis Ababa was the only African metropolis that successfully resisted conquest and colonization. And Addis Ababa is another one of those cities where I spent time. I've gotten a chance to be in Addis Ababa on 2 different occasions in 2017. And it's a gorgeous city. Modern infrastructure. They're building light rail for the city. The people of Ethiopia and the people of Addis Ababa are special. Just really special. I will say, of all of the cities I've visited, including across the United States, Addis Ababa had the healthiest looking population. The food in Ethiopia is so special, so awesome, so magnificent. And you see very, very little overweight and obesity in Addis Ababa or across the Ethiopian country. So enough respect. Going forward, Alexandria, Egypt. Alexandria, with a population of around 3.6 million, is a major port city in Egypt. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and tourism. Alexandria is known for its historical landmarks, such as the Bibliotheca Alexandrina and the catacombs of Qom el-Shakafa. And I had my experience in Egypt in 2006, the day that the group traveled to the Delta to go to Alexandria. I had gotten a little bit of a bubble gut on the flight from Aswan to Luxor, where we boarded the ship. So because of this bubble gut, I said to myself, you need an extra day to rest and relax. And so I did not go to visit the Delta that day. I kind of wish I had gone, but in being cautious, because I didn't necessarily know the nature of the gastroenteritis, the acute infection that was in my stomach. It was bubble gut. You ate something and blah, blah, blah. And it was a mess. I'm not going to tell that story of traveling from Aswan and having to go so bad as my stomach is deeply entered bubble gut. And I did not want to go on the plane. I knew the flight was only going to be about an hour, and I put it off. And then after getting off the plane, leaving the airport, getting into transportation with 56 people, which slows everything down, finally getting on the boat, getting assigned my room, getting my key, getting up to that room, opening up the door, and getting into the bathroom. It was an exercise in the power of will and the power of the sphincter muscle. Bubble gut. If you've ever traveled abroad and gotten bubble gut, I know you're probably laughing right now as I am laughing at myself. Let me just welcome, if there's any listening audience joining us here today, I want to make sure that you are appreciated, loved in the house from UK. For Africa One is checking in. Hetep, Brother Kitty, and Global LB family. Busy making live banana and cashew fritters. Whoa! Living food. I'm not mad at you, sister. I am glad at you. I wish I could be there and sample your banana and cashew fritters. Phew, that inspires me to want to make some of my own. Here we go. Let us continue. And where are we at? I'm thinking now about banana and cashew fritters. That sounds so good. We're up to number 5 of 40 African cities, still in the alphabetical order. We are still in the A's. Algeria. Algiers, with a population of approximately 2.36 million, is Algeria's capital and largest city. The city's economy is heavily reliant on hydrocarbons, with a growing focus on tourism, and also centers around services, manufacturing, and trade. Algiers is known for its historical landmarks, such as the Kasbah, and its role as a cultural center. Number 6, Bamako, Mali. The nation's capital has a population of around 3.18 million. Bamako is the economic hub and cultural center of Mali, focusing on mining, trade, and agriculture. About 80% of the labor force is involved in farming and fishing, while industrial activity primarily focuses on processing farm commodities. Rapid population growth, driven by high fertility and declining mortality, has led to significant urban expansion and increased demand for services and infrastructure. Bamako, Mali. And I could have taken a little deviation and talk about the glorious history of the Mali Empire. And let me just make that note, because this is important. The glorious history of the famous Mali Empire is notable in world history. The richest man in the world, said to be Mansa Musa of Mali. His uncle, who actually relinquished the throne to his nephew Mansa Musa, and I can't think of the uncle's name right now, but his uncle sailed from Mali to the Western Hemisphere. Now that's something quite of note, long before Christopher Columbus. So that is something we can add to, just a brief note, to encourage people to look for this history of Mali and its capital city, Bamako. Next, we have on the list, number 7, Blantyre, Malawi. And it could be Blantyre, but I think it's Blantyre, Malawi. Blantyre, which I prefer to call it, sounds more African. Blantyre, with a population of around 9.03 million, is a major city in Malawi. And again, Malawi, formerly known as Northern Rhodesia. The city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and trade. Blantyre is known for its role as a commercial center and its cultural diversity. Next on the list, number 8, Brazzaville, Congo. Brazzaville, with a population of approximately 2.81 million, is a major city in Congo. Services, manufacturing, and trade drive the city's economy. Brazzaville is known for its role as a cultural and economic center and is a sister city to its counterpart, Kinshasa, in the DRC, across the Congo River. That's very important. Same city, same people. But because of the Congo Conference of Berlin, 1884-85, I'm going to stop calling it the Berlin Conference. It was called the Congo Conference. Because of the Congo Conference, this people, powerful people, on two sides of one of the most powerful rivers in history, were split up into two different nations. One controlled by the French colonial imperialists, and the other controlled by this wicked, evil despot, King Leopold II. Going forward, number 9 on this, Bujumbura, Burundi, with a population of around 769,317. Burundi's capital and largest city is a major economic hub driven by its role as the country's administrative and commercial center. Bujumbura's economy is primarily supported by the service sector, which includes government services, finance, and retail. The city's port on Lake Tanganyika facilitates trade and transportation, making it a key logistical hub for the Great Lakes region. Agriculture, particularly the processing of coffee and tea, also plays a significant role in the local economy. Next on the list, number 10, Cairo, Egypt. With a population exceeding 22.6 million people, Cairo is Egypt's capital and cultural heart. And I would say this megacity, instead of just calling it Cairo, this megacity, this in italics mega city, is Egypt's capital and cultural heart. Key sectors include services, manufacturing, and tourism. And Cairo is known for its historical landmarks, such as the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx, world-class history museums, and bustling shopping bazaars. And I didn't mention known for its historical landmarks and a thriving tourism sector energizes the nation's economy. That's very, very true. And if you've ever been on one of the Egyptian tours led by Dr. Ben, Runoko Rashidi, Ashra and Mary Rakwesi, Dr. Clinton Crawford, and Reba Clinton and Reba Crawford. If you've ever been on one of these tours, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Other groups, I don't mean to exclude anyone, because all of these groups leading these tours to the Nile Valley, including Anthony Browder, Tony Browder, including Dr. Mano and Pim, including the, what was it called? The Yes Club? That's not the name of it. Oh, I'll think of it when I think of it. But all of them deserve our respect for reconnecting us to our ancient, glorious history, which is the Nile Valley, ancient Kemet, as we often refer to it. Number 11, Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town, with a population of approximately 4.71 million, is a major city in South Africa. The city's economy is driven by services, extensive manufacturing, let me say extensive manufacturing, and tourism. Cape Town is known for its tourism and wine industries, scenic beauty, Table Mountain, and vibrant cultural scene. Number 12 on the list, Casablanca, Morocco. That's one of my fly-through experiences only. Casablanca, with a population slightly higher than 4 million, is the largest city in Morocco and a major economic hub. The city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and trade. Casablanca is known for its modern architecture and historical landmarks, such as the Hassan Il Mosque. Number 13 on our list, Dakar, Senegal, a city I am way overdue for having to visit for my first experience. Dakar, I'm coming. I know about you. Everybody tells me you got to see Dakar, with a population of approximately 2.65 million. Is the capital and largest city of Senegal. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and trade. Dakar is known for its cultural diversity and role as a West African business hub. Enough respect to the people of Dakar, the people of Senegal. Wolof people, to a large extent, is the most dominating indigenous nation, ethnical group. Some call them tribes. Some of us stop using that terminology. And we're coming home. Here, 1 second, be right with you. Sorry about that. I had to let that one go. Here we go. We continue. We're in alphabetical order. We're up to number 14 of 40. Let me speed it up a little bit so we can get through all of these beautiful cities. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. This coastal city is a metropolitan area of about 8.56 million. The city's economy is driven by diverse sectors, including trade, manufacturing, finance, and services. As a key port city, Dar es Salaam is a vital gateway for regional trade, facilitating imports and exports from the Far East. Its strategic location and robust infrastructure support a growing industrial base with significant investments in technology and real estate. Next on the list, number 15, Djibouti City, Djibouti. The capital has a population of around 616,000. It is a key port city, enhanced by its proximity to the Red Sea and the Suez Canal, making it a crucial economic hub for the Horn of Africa. The city seaport handles a significant regional trade volume and is a gateway for imports and exports. Djibouti City's economy is also supported by the services sector, including finance, telecommunications, and tourism, along with the presence of multiple foreign military bases, contributing to the nation's economic activity and maintaining its role as a vital economic center for the region. Djibouti City. Number 16 on our list, Durban, South Africa. Durban with a population of approximately 3.12 million, is a major port city in South Africa. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and tourism. Durban is known for its beaches, cultural diversity, and annual Durban July horse racing event. Number 17, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Freetown, with a population of around 1.39 million as of 2025, is the capital, a key port city, and the largest city of Sierra Leone. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and trade. Freetown is a major economic hub driven by its port, which handles most of the country's imports and exports, including diamonds, iron ore, and rutile, R-U-T-I-L-E. I don't know what that is. Rapid population growth, fueled by rural to urban migration, presents infrastructure and service delivery challenges. Despite these challenges, Freetown remains a vital center for economic activity with ongoing efforts to improve urban planning and attract development capital to boost its economic potential and enhance the quality of life for its residents. Number 18 on our list, Gaborone, Botswana. With a 2025 population of about 246,000, Gaborone is the nation's administrative and commercial center, focusing on retail industries, finance, and government services. The city is home to the Botswana Stock Exchange and numerous international companies. The diamond mining industry, while not directly based in Gaborone, has a strong presence through processing and sales. Number 19, Harare, Zimbabwe. Harare, with a population of around 1.63 million, is the capital, economic center, and largest city of Zimbabwe, celebrated for its role as a cultural and financial center. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, agriculture, and trade. Number 20, Ibadan, Nigeria. Ibadan, with a population of approximately 3.65 million, is a major city in southwestern Nigeria. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and agriculture. Ibadan is known for its educational institutions and research centers. Number 21, Johannesburg, South Africa. Known as a major economic hub of Southern Africa, it has a population of around 5.64 million. Major industries include finance, mining, and technology. Johannesburg is the largest city in South Africa and a major economic center. And here, one second, highlight that to correct. The city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and mining. Johannesburg is known for its financial district, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and its vibrant cultural and entertainment scene. Number 22 on the list, one of my favorite African cities, Kampala, Uganda. With a population of around 1.35 million, Kampala is Uganda's economic and cultural center, focusing on trade and services. And I could say so much more about Kampala, Uganda. I would say it serves as a major East African community development hub. Okay, continuing. Number 23, Kano, Nigeria. Kano, with a population of around 4.65 million, is a major commercial and industrial center in northern Nigeria. The city is known for its leatherwork, textiles, and agriculture. Kano's economy is driven by trade, manufacturing, and services. Number 24 on the list, Khartoum, Sudan. Khartoum, with the ongoing disruption of the Sudanese capital due to a brutal civil war, the population of Khartoum is estimated to range from a low of 1.9 million to as high as 6.75 million. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and trade. Khartoum is known for its role as a cultural and economic center. Tragically, the civil war in Sudan has created the world's greatest ongoing refugee crisis. Number 25, Kigali, Rwanda. This capital city has a diverse economic base with a strong focus on the service sector, the largest contributor to its economy. Agriculture, utilities, financial services, and trade also support the economy. With a population of around 1.13 million, well-managed Kigali is known for its cleanliness and safety, often called, quote, the Singapore of Africa, unquote. Number 26 of 40, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo. With over 17.03 million residents, this mega city, Kinshasa, is the capital and largest city of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. Its economy is largely informal, dominating trade, manufacturing, and services. Kinshasa is an African cultural and economic center with a vibrant arts scene and a growing technology. As mentioned before, it is the sister city of Brazzaville, Congo. And we continue. I hope you find this to be interesting. Let me double check, make sure that my listening audience is not ignored, because you are so very important to what we do here on Alibi Radio. And nobody's talking to me, but the audience is growing. It's not a huge audience for today. I do encourage all of you who do care about the topic, about the subject, about Africa and future development and investing and what's going on the continent, hit the like button. Let the algorithms know that you consider this to be an important conversation. I'm double checking the various sites, looking to you. Oh, let me hit the refresh button because something happened and it apparently glitched. Let me make sure you are still hearing me on the Rumble broadcast. It's working over there. It's just on this computer. This doggone thing crashes in the middle of a broadcast from time to time, and it's a little embarrassing that this happens. I'm going to relaunch that right now for our You Now family. I apologize, but stuff happens. And yeah, it doesn't seem to want to reload. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reload, and I'll push the You Now broadcast. I'll push that up on Facebook if I can get this thing to reload. It doesn't seem to want to reload. The computer locked up. Ooh, boy, this is frustrating. This happens during the middle of a show, and I have no option but to do a cold reboot from scratch and relaunch it a second time. For our Rumble family, not for our You Now family, I hope that you have noted that we do have these other sites that we stream live on, as well as you can get the replays on our Tune In app. So while that's rebooting in the side, let me just once again say hey to the Rumble family, our main broadcasting channel, and also going to say hello to our new family. As of today, I'll start uploading all of our pre-recorded files to Odyssey, Odyssee, where we are LIB Radio as well. So continuing, and again, the theme, if you're just tuning in today, for any of us who have visited the African continent in the past 2 days, we readily testify to having seen glorious vistas of modern cities with vibrant businesses, vastly improved transportation systems, and many other signs that these are vibrant economies. Today, we look closely at 40 African urban areas with the intent to inspire many more of the global diaspora to bring their tourism and investment money home to build up our motherland. Bring your tourism and investment money home. Build up our own motherland continent. We deserve it. You know we do. You know we do deserve it. Okay, we got that back up and running now. For our You Now family, let me push it up for you, and then I'm going to go back to my research. And I can't help it, but sometimes stuff happens. So let's go forward. We are talking today about Africa's vibrant urban metropolitan development and economies as well. And so, yeah, we are back now for our You Now family. My apologies, but couldn't help it. Stuff happens. Today we are continuing our research on the African future. So where we is? Are we here? Okay, gotcha. Here we are. We're continuing. We've gotten up to number 27. We just finished with Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Number 27 of 40 is Lagos, Nigeria. Africa's largest city with over 16.53 million residents. It is a major financial center. This mega city is a major financial center, home to numerous banks and multinational corporations. The economy is driven by trade, oil, and entertainment. I would say trade, oil, manufacturing, and entertainment. And home to Africa's entertainment capital. Let's say that. It is a major financial hub and home to the Nigerian Stock Exchange. The city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and trade, with a significant focus on information technology and telecommunications. Lagos is known for its bustling, and here, bear with me, I'm going to have to correct this. Lagos is known for its bustling markets, diverse cultural scene, and rapid urban development. Next, number 28 of 40, Lomé, Togo. Another one of the cities I have had a chance to spend just one day in. I don't even think we overnighted. We were really traveling from the Volta region of Ghana through to the capital Ouagadougou of Benin, and spent the afternoon having our lunch and just a brief tour of Lomé, Togo. The one thing I remember about Lomé, Togo is two things I remember. Number one, as we drove along the beach, it is, of course, faces the Gulf of Guinea. As we drove along the beach, there were signs up, "Do not poop on the beach." And I also remember the potholes. The streets of Lomé had the worst potholes. It was, the bus we were on was bouncing around so much that it was kind of like a joke, like we were almost on a carnival ride or something. But really bad potholes there in Lomé. From my understanding, things have been improving in Lomé, the capital of Togo. The capital and nation's largest city has a population projected as high as 2.04 million. Lomé's economy is driven by its port, one of the busiest in West Africa, which facilitates trade and commerce. Additionally, the city has a growing industrial sector, including manufacturing and processing industries, and a vibrant service sector, particularly in finance, tourism, and retail. So that is Lomé, Togo. Next on the list, we are in alphabetical order, Luanda, Angola. With a population of around 8.33 million, Luanda is the capital and largest city of Angola. The city's economy supports a growing service sector, manufacturing, and trade. Luanda is known for its colonial architecture and its role as a major oil-producing city. That's right. Next on the list, Lusaka, Zambia. Lusaka, with a population of around 2.73 million as of 2025, is Zambia's capital and largest city. Lusaka is known for its role as a cultural and economic center whose economy is primarily anchored in services, including financial, telecommunications, and retail. The city hosts the Lusaka Stock Exchange and numerous multinational corporations, making it a key hub for business and investment. Agriculture and mining, particularly copper, also play significant roles contributing to local and national economic stability, attracting domestic and foreign investment, and fostering economic development and urban expansion. And not only is it attracting this domestic and foreign investment, but the mining industry of Zambia has become quite a competitive point in the East-West rivalry. And that's an important point I want to note here. The mining exports from Zambia have become a hot point of competition between Eastern China and Western USA, Eastern and Western competitors. And excuse me for witness notice, this is very important. Again, let me just reread that to put it all in context. We're talking about Zambia. The mining exports from Zambia have become a hot point of rivalry between Eastern China and Western USA competitors. Competitors. Spell the word out. Competitors. P-T-I-T-O-R-S. There we go. Here we go. Continuing. Maputo, Mozambique. The capital has a population of around 1.11 million as of 2025. Maputo's economy primarily centers around its port, a major hub for Mozambique's imports and exports. The city's main exports include cotton, sugar, chromite, sisal, copra, and hardwood. Additionally, Maputo has a vibrant cultural scene with numerous restaurants, music and performance venues, and a local film industry. Contributing to its economic diversity. Again, Maputo has a vibrant cultural scene with numerous restaurants, music, and performance venues, as well as a local film industry contributing to its economic diversity. Number 32 of 40, Maseru, Lesotho. According to recent projections, the capital city has a population of around 359,753. Its economy is based on textiles and agriculture. Its main industries the main industries in Maseru include textiles, manufacturing, agriculture, services, and tourism. Mombasa, Kenya, another one of my favorite cities on the African Ocean, formerly called the Indian Ocean. Donald Trump's not the only one who can rename the world seas, but Mombasa is spectacular. I was able to take the brand new standard gauge railroad from Nairobi, took a round trip to Mombasa, spent a couple of nights there in Mombasa, and it was awesome. It was truly, truly awesome. Highly recommend if you do get a chance to visit Kenya. If you go to Nairobi, do the round trip, train trip to Mombasa. It is quite spectacular. I did the slow trip to Mombasa and then the fast trip back. No, I took the fast trip, the express from Kenya to Mombasa because I wanted to get there as fast as I can. But then I took the slow trip, which had many more stops back because I wanted to photograph and film the road from the numerous stops, or from the trip from the numerous stops. And it was awesome. I do not at all regret. And the cost of that round trip is wonderfully low because at purchasing power parity of the dollar converted into Kenyan shillings is pretty amazing. Going forward, number 33 on our list, Mombasa. No, that was number 33, Mombasa. Mombasa, with a population of approximately 1.3 million, is a major port city in Kenya and East Africa, because it also serves Uganda as well. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and tourism. Mombasa is known for its historical landmarks such as Fort Jesus and its role as a cultural center. Number 34, and that Fort Jesus, I'm going to put in parentheses, named by the early colonizers of Portugal. Okay, so next on the list, Nairobi, Kenya. I would say of all of the cities I've visited in Africa, Nairobi is my personal favorite for many reasons. Nairobi, the capital city, has a population of about 4.74 million. Nairobi is a key financial and technology hub. Kenya's largest city is often called the, quote, Silicon Savannah. Services, manufacturing, and trade drive the city's economy. Nairobi, known as the Green City in the Sun, I should say also known as the Green City in the Sun, is East Africa's leading financial center and a key player in the region's economy. The city hosts the Nairobi Securities Exchange and is the headquarters for many multinational corporations and international organizations. Nairobi is known for its modern skyline, I would say ultra modern skyline, the Nairobi National Park, and its role as a major technology innovation hub. Number 35, N'Djamena, Chad. According to Worldometer, N'Djamena's population is 1.36 million. Its economy, its population in 2025, let me put that in, is 1.36 million. Its economy is primarily based on oil and agriculture. Chad's Human Development Index, HDI, was 0.394 in 2022, was a low, let me say this, a low 0.0394 in 2022, placing it 190th out of 193 countries. The country ranks 182nd in the Doing Business ranking, which measures local firms' ease of doing business. And these statistics make N'Djamena, Chad, not necessarily an attractive magnet for foreign investment. But if you like getting into riskier markets, they do deliver significantly higher returns. So if you are one of very few competitors on the scene in the game in places like N'Djamena, Chad, then you should expect for your bang for your buck, your purchasing power parity, to be extended because you are able to be a risk taker. Next on the list, 36, Port Louis, Mauritius. Why is this so hard? Port Louis, Mauritius. Port Louis, with a population of approximately 1,505,226, is Mauritius' capital and largest city. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and tourism. And I do have to highlight this and make sure it is what I wanted it to be. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and tourism. Port Louis is known for its colonial architecture and its role as a cultural center. For the island, for the Indian, in parentheses, African, Ocean Island nation, Mauritius. Number 37, Tangier, Morocco. With a population of around 1.2 million, Tangier is a major port city in Morocco. The city's economy is driven by services, manufacturing, and tourism. Tangier is known for its historical landmarks such as the Tangier American Legation Museum and its role as a cultural center. Number 38, Tripoli, Libya. Tripoli, with a population of approximately 1.16 million, is Libya's capital and largest city. The city's economy is centered around services, manufacturing, and trade. Tripoli is known for its role as a cultural and economic center. Number 39 of 40, Tunis, Tunisia. With a population of around 2.2 million, Tunis is the capital and largest city of Tunisia. Services, manufacturing, and tourism drive the city's economy. Tunis is known for its historical landmarks, such as the Bardo Museum, and its role as a cultural center. And number 40 of 40 in alphabetical order on our list of African major metropolitan areas, Windhoek, Namibia. Windhoek, with a population of around 386,219, is Namibia's capital and largest city. Services, manufacturing, tourism, and trade drive the city's economy. Windhoek is celebrated for its colonial architecture and its role as a cultural center. These metropolitan areas represent Africa's economic and cultural heart, each with unique demographics, primary enterprises, and distinctive features like museums, nightlife, historical architecture, and social structures that contribute to their prosperity and significance on the continent. While certainly long from comprehensive, not long, but far from comprehensive, I hope this list has informed, inspired, and excited your passion for African urban development as a witness and a contributor. For a more thorough understanding of demographics, chief enterprises, and unique data about each metropolis, I encourage exploring the vast available catalogs of dedicated resources and databases on urban studies or economic reports. Still in this same chapter, this chapter again is entitled Africa's Largest Cities, Economic Activity, is another subchapter called Innovation Hubs. I'm going to go right through this. I think I'll be able to get all of this in the next few minutes. This is very important. As I report upon the spectrum of transformations happening on the motherland continent, the rapid spread of innovation hubs across Africa is an exciting and critical step in bringing forth the African future. These hubs have consistently made incredible strides in bringing technology industries to the grassroots level, creating sustainable employment pathways and many new enterprises. These tech startups have undeniably demonstrated high failure rates and varying levels of success. Still, their impact on propelling technological gains and driving socio-economic growth must not be underappreciated. Innovation hubs are instrumental in transforming emerging economies, facilitating indigenous innovation, and accelerating tech startups. These hubs have created a favorable startup environment with public and private partnerships, PPPs, backing technology entrepreneurs through tax incentives, grants, incubator programs, and angel and equity investments. Collaboration between innovation hubs, governments, and private sector agencies has successfully launched game-changing innovations, such as Botswana's Unmanned Aerial Vehicle, UAV. Furthermore, innovation hubs drive technological advancement and economic growth, addressing critical needs and challenges for Africa's sustainable development. As Africa continues to experience rapid social and economic growth, the rise of innovation hubs is critical in bringing tech businesses to the grassroots level and propelling the continent's technological gains. Here are some of the reported 700 innovation hubs and technology zones across Africa. And I've highlighted, I think, 10 of these, but this has to be put in the context. This is a very rapidly growing investment sector on the African continent. This is where, if you've got the money to push in these areas, this is where you're going to get your best returns on investment. Cannot overemphasize that point. Number one on this list, NILAB. This East African business is a startup incubator based in Kenya. The Tech Hub incubates tech-based companies nationwide and offers empowerment programs that help entrepreneurs set up sustainable businesses. Through these programs, entrepreneurs learn ways to use technology to solve challenges unique to Africa. NILAB was established in 2011 and has become a renowned tech hub in Kenya and beyond. The Tech Hub has incubated several successful startups, including Tusky, Keja Hunt, and My Order. NILAB welcomes entrepreneurs to apply online and join insightful business conversations. Number two on this list, Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, MEST, is an incubator based in Accra, Ghana. The Tech Hub aims to help entrepreneurs establish successful companies that create jobs and wealth in Africa. MEST, launched in 2008, offers tech entrepreneurs critical skills, support, funding, and training in communications, business, and software development. This African Tech Hub also has Nairobi, Cape Town, and Lagos subsidiaries. Some startups that MEST has supported include Anatrack and Cosmos Energy. The Accra-based Tech Hub offers a one-year entrepreneurial course in communications, business, and software development. MEST applicants must have a strong interest in technology and a passion for starting a software company. Number 3, ICE Addis, Ethiopia. Based in 2011, ICE Addis is an incubator, innovation hub, and co-working place. The Addis Ababa-based Tech Hub supports tech entrepreneurs to establish successful businesses. Startup founders and university graduates in Ethiopia use ICE Addis to connect with technology communities and developers. The Tech Hub offers a collaborative work environment and facilitates creative events and projects. Local and visiting entrepreneurs seeking professional advice and support can get it from ICE Addis. The Ethiopian Technology Hub has incubated several successful startups, including Kartra, Addis Scan, and Go Store. Number 4 on the list, Active Spaces, Cameroon. Founded in 2010, Active Spaces provides an environment where technology innovations thrive. The Cameroonian Tech Hub creates spaces and brings together tech communities where entrepreneurs work and learn. It also offers direct support to innovators to enable them to develop the skills they need to become successful entrepreneurs. To achieve this, Active Spaces offers several programs, including Startup Incubator, short courses, co-working space, and internships. The Tech Hub has incubated and grown over 80 startups. Individuals and organizations can join Active Spaces by choosing and applying for their preferred program. Number 5 on this list of African Innovation Hubs, WeNovation Hub is a Nigerian business accelerator and incubator that has propelled various startups to greatness. This African Tech Hub connects people through social spaces, events, shared workspaces, and digital networks. Established in 2010, WeNovation Hub focuses on infrastructure, clean energy, education, healthcare, and agriculture. Number 6, the Silicon Cape Initiative is an ecosystem enabler for tech startups in South Africa. This innovation hub was launched in 2009 to offer an inclusive environment for tech-enabled startups. The African Tech Hub invites top entrepreneurs and technical talent to assist them in creating world-class startup companies. Benefits through its 5 membership plans include tech tours, curated access to the tech ecosystem, access to resources, and more. Interested individuals can select their preferred membership plan online, register, and pay for their membership to join the community. Number 7, Co-Creation Hub in Lagos, CC Hub. This Nigerian tech hub functions as a multi-purpose space that catalyzes creative social technology ventures. It promotes collaborations among impact investors, tech companies, social entrepreneurs, and technologists in and around Lagos, Nigeria. The Tech Hub supports them to co-create new solutions to social problems in their country. Number 8, Smart Exchange. Smart Exchange is a Durban, South Africa technology hub established in 2012 to provide regional enterprise development support and services. The African Tech Hub supports the electronics, ICT, and media sectors. Smart Exchange collaborates with partners from these sectors, tertiary institutions, and government to upskill youth and entrepreneurs in South Africa. SME Plus, Tag Your Delivery, AdNotes, and Mzansi Smart TV are some of the companies that Smart Exchange has supported. Number 9, iHub is an African tech hub located in Nairobi, Kenya. Founded in 2010 to connect entrepreneurs with funders, this innovation center is committed to accelerating technology and social capital use to attain economic prosperity. To achieve its mission, iHub works with several local and international funding partners, including Google, Facebook, Oracle, and Safaricom. The Kenyan Tech Hub has supported and inspired over 450 startups. One of the successful startups incubated by iHub is mFarm, a mobile phone service that provides real-time information to Kenyan farmers. And here, as I'm thinking, I need to just real quickly send that message to one of my associates on the motherland continent, who he and I have been talking about and planning on enterprising together. Now, where are you in? Here he is in Kenya. So, have you checked out this Nairobi Tech Hub and iHub? Okay, so hopefully I'll hear back from him sometime today. And hear good things. Let's continue. Number 10 on this list, Flat 6 Labs, Cairo, Egypt. Flat 6 Labs is the Middle East, North Africa, MENA region's leading seed and early stage venture capital firm, currently running the most renowned startup programs in the area. The Northeastern Africa Tech Hub invests in over 100 technology-driven and innovative startups annually, enabling thousands of regional entrepreneurs to realize their ambitions of building businesses and enterprises. Providing investment capital of up to $500,000, Flat 6 Labs supports startups during early development. Also, the Tech Hub offers startup programs that help entrepreneurs to accelerate business growth. Launched in 2011, Flat 6 Labs has accelerated various Egyptian startups, including Instabug, Chifa, Hawaya, previously known as Harmonica, and Money Fellows. Flat 6 Labs invites entrepreneurs in the region to apply online for any of its programs. I write, in wrapping this up, as tech hubs in Africa ever more rapidly evolve, newly emerging investment needs to identify and understand ways to enhance the effectiveness of these hubs and ensure their longevity. Before launching tech hubs, investors should conduct thorough feasibility assessments to determine their core functionality. The needs of key stakeholders, including entrepreneurs, investors, and a youthful workforce, must be considered to guarantee the success of every one of Africa's more than 700 tech and innovation hubs. Tech and innovation hubs. And this is it, people. The whole time I've been reading this, my brain is just rapidly going. How do we get in? Get in early, get in deep. Why should Google, Apple, Amazon, and Facebook, why should they have all the fun? Why should the PayPal mafia conquer a whole continent, rapidly developing with the world's greatest demographic dividend? Why should the PayPal mafia conquer the whole continent without any competition from we, the global diaspora? We, the global diaspora, who can spend over $73 billion in 61 days on Christmas holiday shopping. Ho, ho, ho. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. I want to thank you for tuning in today. I'm excited about what is going on. I'm excited about what we can and what we are doing. I'm not spending my time reacting to Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and this political chaos. I think too many of us spend too much of our time only reacting and not preparing ourselves with disaster preparedness. Let's be clear. This new administration in the United States is a global disaster. In real time, watching it unfold day after day after day. How many days you want to watch it unfold before you finally realize it's coming after all of us? Let me find out what assets I have that I need to protect and project and use as a vaulting pole to get me over the bar, to set new record. That's why people pole vault. They don't pole vault to not set new records. So we gonna have to get in the game, people. Masters, there's a chapter in here called Game Theory for Masters Level. And we've got to get in the game. We got to understand game theory is really, really complex. But this is how competition around the world does run, has been running for decades, and will continue to run maybe indefinitely into the future. Are we going to get in the game? We got many of who could be our best players secretly aspiring to join the other team because they perceive that that other team will always win. You're listening to me. Let me see if anybody's talking to me because I'm fired up right now. And I don't want to talk myself into becoming pessimistic because of a poor level of response from the people who I do this for. But yeah, nobody talking to me today. I am glad to know for Africa One you're going to be eating live banana and cashew fritters. But why do I have an audience this size and no one speaking? What's up with that? If behavior persists, are we capable of doing any better than what we are doing? I can tell you this much. We're going to have to demonstrate that capability of doing better or just accept the fact that the curtain will be coming down and the stage will fade to black. And the world will have witnessed once again the passing of a great race. That's not just pessimistic. It's a futurist forecast. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. You've been tuned into your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. The new books, the 3 new books are out. I keep telling you this every day, and every day I check to see my sales. And I do see a little bit of movement, but not nearly what it would, should be. I want to thank those of you who do donate and are supporters. Some of you on the Rumble page or on wherever you are, just click a button that says, hey, just make a $5 donation right here. Some of you go to the front page of libradio.com. Like my brother, Baba Junius, I just saw today, he's a regular subscriber, $10 a month. Comes out of his budget. Now, I respect his budget. I respect your hard-earned workers' work earned dollars, labor earned dollars, LEDs we call them. I appreciate that. I respect that. You work hard for your money, and you are very deliberate about where you want your investment funds to build up the future that best serves your imagination of what that future should be. So I am, because we are a grateful people. Thank you all for tuning in. You've been tuned in to LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. If you do want to join my readers list, my catalog of people who do follow and read the books that I write, get the books and more at http://kidi.biz/CRP 2012. And let's grow together. Let's build together. Let's imagine a future where our children and their children will all be celebrating what you and I did here on this network. We did with the time, with the opportunities, with the advantages happening in the world, as the world is moving very firmly from the Africa Rising, exciting narrative. Now we are deliberately building that exciting narrative into a new continental and global reality. 1.789 billion of us, the largest ethnicity on the planet. 1.789 billion of us now are firmly committing to building this future. I'm serious, y'all, and so are you. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and on livinginblack.com.